Hello, I am a little fairy fish. I have lived in the water Lei Yu Mun Strait for 400 years. I know much of the history of the place. Hong Kong is a small place on the coast of the South Sea. Victoria Harbour is situated in the central part of Hong Kong. Lei Yu Mun Strait, which was once called Salty River Entrance, was the eastern entrance of the harbour. At the beginning of the 18th century, no resident lived in Lei Yu Mun area. The area was occupied by a pirate, Cheng. He was a wanted person by the imperial court and has to face the poor weather on the sea frequently. Most people at the time believed that Tin Hau, Empress of Heaven, protected the people on the sea. Moreover, Cheng once had a dream that Tin Hau advised him not to be a robber and kill people anymore. In awe of the power of Tin Hau, Cheng then built the temple for Tin Hau in 1753. After Cheng's death, people started to settle in the area during the end of the 18th century. They were farmer, fishermen, and mine worker. During 1953, the temple keeper of Tin Hau Temple, Lei Yu Mun, had a dream that Tin Hau instructed him to renovate the temple in April of 1953 and predicted that she would have manifestation on the 5th of April.
Hello everyone, I'm a native inhabitant living here. It's now 6th September 1953. With the hard work of the village leader, fellow scientific workers, the rehabilitation work of the Tin Hau Temple completed successfully. Today is the grand opening. Let me be the guide to take you on a tour around the new first temple. Tin Hau is the goddess of the sea, so the temple is located at the coast, which is just nearby the sea. The water will not flux into the temple whenever ebb and flow. The entrance of the temple is facing towards the sea without any gate so that Tin Hau can see everyone in the village. This rock is the accumulation of Tin Hau. We not only keep the original look of it, but also entirely make it become part of construction. This rock is partly inside the temple and partly outside, with the granite rock as the core structure. There are red bricks and green tiles covering the granite. The bright red granite tiles are very specific feature. A pair of crabs can be found at the top of the green tiles. The crabs are not only for decoration purpose, but also prevent the tiles being blown away from wind. The structure of Tin Hau Temple, close to the one with no column, has 4 main walls made up of peeling up granite to support its weight. Moreover, the granite used is the core comedy of Lei Yu Mun for earning living in our days. The granites are glued together by yellow mud, which is homemade from the villagers. Yellow mud is made by mixing brown sugar, egg white, bamboo chips, lime, and the sea. There are several giant stones around the temple. These stones have political forms and are located on the sea coast. The villagers believe that Tin Hau lives inside one of the granite. So, the villagers try to engage words and paint the red word red on the other stones. For example, the peaceful sanctuary of south part of mainland. The tedious wash making the place beautiful.
I am the team leader of the science investigation team. I will study the temple architecture with my team members from a scientific viewpoint. Without the main stage, how to support the entire building? The temple is supported by 4 walls piled up by the granite. The wall made up by granite provides stronger support to the temple weight when compared with the brick wall. The factor affecting the stability of the temple, the arrangement of granite block, the dimension of the granite block, the way the granite are glued together.
Will the pattern of break arrangement affect the stability of the wall? We have two ways of break arrangement. Firstly, we have the checkboard arrangement. And secondly, we have the stretcher bond arrangement.
Using the rubber to simulate the break in the experiment.
Let's start our experiment. We like to exert forces of equal magnitude on these two walls. We have put the fan at equal distance to the wall and used speedometer. To check the wind speed, ensure the wind on both walls are about the same. The one does not collapse is the pattern having better stability.
The stretcher bond arrangement has better stability.
What is the difference for the wall that made up with small break and a large break? For the wall that made by large break, it will not collapse even when the wind speed is 5.7 meters per second.
The wall made of large brick has greater stability.
What is the difference for the wall that with glue and without glue? Assume the double-sided tape is the glue and the rubber is the brake. Then we try to stick the brake together with the glue. Now we'll build up a wall with glue and a wall that without glue.
The wall with glue has greater stability. Summary and analysis. From the experiment, we see that the wall has a stretcher bond pattern that can stand with higher wind speed, which implies that it can stand with greater force without collapse. Also, the glue between the bricks help to improve the stability. It is because the friction between stones increases when it is contacted with more than one stone, and the friction is increased with the adhesive material. The wall built with larger break is unlikely to topple when it is pushed. It can be explained by the concern of moment of force.
Location of the building. How to position the building at the right height between the tides. We have interviewed an old fisherman on his understanding of tides. He says that the tide is usually high when there is full moon. Sometimes the wind also affects the height of the tide. How to cut the granite to desired shape with very primitive tools and no machine at the time. From the information given by the museum manager, people in the past will choose the rock they want to cut. Then they will try to look the gap inside rock, or sometimes they make the gap themselves. After that, they will put explosive inside the gap. The explosion breaks the stone into fragments, and they usually use the large one with regular shape for the foundation of house or temple.
I'm Zhang Ming, the grandson of the seafood store of Cheng. The grandfather of my grandfather was a miner worker in 1950. He had worked in the quarry and taken part in the rehabilitation of Tin Hau Temple. My grandfather had told me that there had not been any mining job when I was young. So, his family changed their career and sold seafood to earn living. They had done well in business, so my grandfather had sponsored my father to operate a souvenir shop, which sold egg roll and walnuts as lots of tourists living there. Years have gone. I am studying tourism in university and have planned out to manage our business. I am a modern person. I have planned to use technology to boom up my family business. For example, I will use social media in publicity and use electronic trade technique to handle daily operation. However, regarding to what my father and grandfather say, people drink water have to respect its source. Although I can't fully appreciate everything in the past, I respect the custom related to worshiping Tin Hau much.